Hi, I'm Casey Henry, and welcome to Behind the Break. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about Earl Scruggs' arrangement of Home Sweet Home. Now, this is one of my absolutely favorite tunes that Earl plays. It's recorded on his Foggy Mountain Banjo album, of course, and it is in drop C tuning, which is a great tuning for the banjo. It's really resonant, it rings a lot, and it's got that nice low C note on the bottom there. So I have been playing this tune not quite as long as I've been playing the banjo, but I probably learned it within the first year that I started playing. So, I learned it when I was maybe 16 years old. So I've been playing it for a really long time. I have taught it to a few of my students. The reason that I was able to learn it so early was because it was on our Murphy Method Advanced Earl cassette series, cassette tape. I learned it off cassette tape where Murphy taught it. And when the cassette tapes got transferred over to VHS video, it was on, I think it was on the Advanced Earl video. But when video got transferred onto DVD, we didn't have enough room on one single DVD to fit all the songs that fit on a videotape. So something had to go, and this is one of the ones that had to go. So in all the years that the Murphy Method DVDs have been on DVD and on download, this song has not been available for students to learn. So I didn't really realize that until somebody asked me about it, and I went and looked at our website because I knew that I had learned it from where my mom had taught it, and I found out that it had slipped through the cracks somewhere along the way. So now we have Home Sweet Home, once again taught the Murphy Method way. Now it is a very difficult tune. It's definitely an advanced song. I've taught it to a few of my students over the years, and there's some really troublesome spots that people tend to hang up on. One of the things that makes it so hard is all of the backward rolls, especially in this A part. Is almost entirely made up of backward rolls, and that's a little bit unusual. It's just not something your hand is used to playing, so that makes it super tricky. And for some reason, this 5th fret lick right here gives people fits as well. So for both of those reasons, it's just a really hard song to learn. But once you do get into it, it's got some really cool little things in it, most especially in the B part. That move right there, where you go back up to pinch and then scoop back up to pinch. Earl mentioned that he really liked that move in the song. And I do too. I just love the resonance of it. So don't attempt this unless you are definitely an advanced player and have learned several of Earl's breaks already. You don't want to jump into this one if you are a beginner or even an intermediate player, because it will be so hard as to be frustrating to you. Now, Earl's version of this is not the only one that I love. The great Florida banjo player Jimmy Fee also recorded this, and his break is largely like Earl's, but he throws in some absolutely cool, really cool licks, which I have never taught to anybody and are way too hard to include in a lesson. But he does this thing. He does that thing right there where he turns the roll around forward and does the pinches. Now Earl also does that in a later break on his original recording of it. But there's just something about the way that Jimmy Fee does it. And in the B part, he also turns the roll around and does a bunch of forward rolls. Let me see if I can remember that. And that's distinct from Earl because he has changed it to a forward roll versus a backward roll when Earl did it. So I would highly recommend searching out that version and listening to it. Jimmy Fee, and he may have recorded it on his album, which is called Strictly Fee. He has had a couple banjo albums. It may be on that one or it may be on the other one, which the name escapes me at the moment, but that's definitely worth searching out and listening to. And then, of course, Don Reno also recorded this song, but his version is totally, completely different. It's in D tuning, and it uses the tuners, the Scruggs Keith tuners up here to get the melody. And that is a way cool version. I do not play that version, but that, if you're looking for a different way, a different approach to this song, that is also a really cool one to learn. So that's what I have to say about Home Sweet Home. Thanks for listening.